Hey guys, what is going on and welcome to another Fortnite video here on the channel. Now today, as you can see on screen, we actually have a new loading screen. Finally, they have decided to opt for a loading screen that isn't the metaverse. Throughout chapter 5 we had the 4 rift tendrils showing the 4 different game modes throughout the whole chapter. Throughout the start of chapter 6 we had the squares, the sort of like Roblox style one showing each game mode in a different square. We finally have gone back to a proper Fortnite loading screen, and this one is the purpose of today's video. OG Season 2 has returned, bringing with it Junk Junction, Haunted Hills, Snobby Shores, Shifty Shafts, and everybody's favourite, Tilted Towers. So, shall we take a look? Don't think the video is working in-game, but you can see some of the skins on this image. We'll have a look at them properly in just a second. But, yeah, the video is just not working. But let's go and have a little look at the actual skins then. So here's your 3 skins from the OG pass. We're not going to look at the whole pass, but these are your 3 skins. They are the Sparkle Diva, there on the right, being the level 1 skin. The skin in the middle of the pass is the new Cuddle Team Specialist, and your new top tier skin is the Night Conqueror. They are obviously remixes of the Season 2 skins of your Sparkle Specialist, Cuddle Team Leader, and the Black Knight. These are your remix forms for Season 2. Now, your OG pass Season 2 will last until the 25th of March, meaning that OG Season 2 is back until then, at which point we will then transition into OG Season 3 with a new pass, some new changes. I think the only thing that changes with the map is that it'll add in Lucky Landing in the bottom, is the only thing that we'll get in Season 3. But Fortnite OG Season 2 comes with some quests. Now, your milestones are a little bit like last season. You can only have 5 a game, but instead of getting a bonus every 5 you complete, you now just get 10,000 for each milestone you complete flat. And we then have 10 quests for Season 2's greatest hits. We will also get the other half in about 4.5 weeks in the form of greatest hits B-side, like we got in Season 1. So the first 5 in A-side. Hit a player from at least 2 stories above in Tilted Towers. That one shouldn't be too hard, but I think it's probably one of the harder ones on this list. Deal 500 damage to players at new name locations. That means it must be at Junk Junction, Haunted Hills, Snobby Shores, Tilted Towers, or Shifty Shafts. 500 damage at any of those 5 locations. Shouldn't be too difficult. Use 5 small shield potions. I know a lot of people are going to be happy to see that. Mini shields are back in Fortnite OG. Then you have the party sister quest of score a goal at a stadium or Pleasant Park. That shouldn't be too difficult. Making it party assisted makes it even easier for you. Then travel 1,000 meters after jumping on a launch pad. Shouldn't be that difficult. Then, going on to the other 5 quests in A side. Deal 1,500 damage to players beyond 20 meters with assault rifles. Not that difficult, it's just a lot of it. Build 3 structures or use zip lines in 3 different matches. Obviously it's a lot easier to do it in build mode, but either mode you can do them. Search 10 chests or ammo boxes before the first storm circle closes, shouldn't be too difficult. Thank the bus driver 5 times, again not that hard. And finally visit a name location in each biome. It says that there's 4. I can't really identify where the 4 biomes are. Obviously Moisty Mire is 1. Most of the map looks like it'll be a 2nd. Pleasant Park and that sort of area is a 3rd, and I'm assuming Tilted Towers and Shifty Shafts are the 4th one. But we will try and work that one out here in the video. So without further ado, let's drop in to Fortnite OG Season 2. So spawning in and actually clicking onto that quest shows where they classify the 4 different biomes. I would classify 2 of those as the same. I would have said Salty Springs and Anarchy Acres. In my mind, they look the same biome, but I guess they're slightly different in terms of the colour of the grass. Obviously, the Anarchy Acres is quite a lighter area, so I think that's what they're trying to go off of. But in terms of your 4 biomes, that is where they're on about. You've got like your standard grassland, then you've got the sort of northern farm area. Then you've got the mire, which obviously is a different biome in and of itself, and then you've got the darker grasslands. But here we are. Welcome back, guys. Season 2. Welcome back to good old Snobby Shores. So obviously there are changes to the loot pool as well, such as the return of damage traps, the return of, I think Junk Jugs are back. I think I can't even remember what's back. There's some changes to the loot pools. Obviously mini shields will be one of the biggest ones that I think you guys will appreciate having back. So let's have a little look around then, shall we? So just because there's a person here, we're going to try and get ourselves a trap kill. They're just as satisfying as they used to be, getting a trap kill like that. That just felt right. It just did. And then we died. Of course we did. Well, we're going to go into another game anyway. I want to go and explore some of the new, returning areas. But, yeah, it's always fun getting a trap kill, because they just walk into it, 150 damage straight away. So, it's always quite fun. Honestly, I've got to say, this part of the map is what just feels old to me. Coming over here, Junk Junction, Haunted Hills. That's the throwback. That's the proper throwback. It feels so nice being able to come back to these sorts of locations, because these were the sorts of locations that I used to land. I used to land just out of the way. I mean no one any harm. I just want to chill, get some loot. This is nostalgia. These are nice places. And it really hasn't changed. Like, it is the exact same it used to be. But I would argue that this is a different biome to the one at Snobby Shores. So I think the way they've defined the 4 biomes of Season 2 is a little bit weird, but I mean, it is marked on your map, so you shouldn't be able to have too much confusion with it. Just check your map. Your map will be able to tell you things, and that way you can avoid the confusion. So, I mean, let's head on over to Haunted Hills, shall we? So, here we are over at Haunted Hills, and I think this area of the map is always just nice because it's a little bit more peaceful. It's not quite as hectic as places like Tilted, but you can still get a lot of good loot, and there's still a lot of places you can go visit in the area. So I guess now we'll head into the circle, or see if I can actually tag the stadium potentially. Obviously I'm playing in 0 build as well, so that does mean that we have the rifts to get us up and around the mountains. So potentially we could fly over. I think it feels quite nice seeing this big house here between Snobby Shores and Pleasant Park down here. That one feels nice and nostalgic to see. But we're gonna head into the stadium. I mean, I've got a med kit, so if I take a little bit of storm damage, it's not going to be the end of the world. But the stadium, yeah, this is going to be some true nostalgic value over here. I mean, what OG doesn't remember the football stadium? I mean, if we come in here as well, we can also complete that quest of scoring a goal on the pitch. We just need to be quick because of the storm. So we're just going to find ourselves the ball on this pitch and try to score ourselves a goal. True question is where is the ball? But that's what we're going to try and do now. Here it is. the main nostalgic location itself. The legendary Tilted Towers. As you can see, obviously, from the clock tower. An iconic clock tower. I think Tilted is arguably one of the most famous Fortnite locations of all time. Like, it's well remembered. Everyone remembers Tilted from those good old days. So, without further ado, seeing as the storm is here and it's about to start pushing us again, we should probably get a move on. Surprisingly enough, Loot Lake does also not... Wait, it does? Loot Lake counts as a different biome? Oh, it counts as going into like the central biome. Okay, so you got like the darker green grass on like the northwestern side of the map. Then you've got the lighter green grass which covers most of the map. You've got farmland over at Anarchy Acres, and then you've got the marshland down at Moisty Mire. So those are your 4 different biomes. One thing I will mention as well, because it's about to pop up on the screen, they have slightly adjusted the playtime XP for this game mode. There you go, 5,400 XP. They have just altered it slightly for Season 2. It might get altered back again, of course, but just keep that in mind, that your playtime XP is just over 5,000 for this game mode. I think mostly because of the changes to milestones, 10,000 XP from each milestone, and you get 5 per game. So the amount of XP that you can get from that is pretty insane. So I think that's why they've done that. So I'm going to head into the circle and north to try and tag Anarchy Acres for that quest, and let's continue. So here we are, guys, the final location that we needed to visit, and that is Shifty Shafts. This was honestly one of my favourite locations back in the day. Like, loved Shifty Shafts because it was never too contested because of the fact that it was next to Tilted. Like, everyone would just go to Tilted, but you'd get a little bit of conflict here. You'd be able to kill a few people, fight a few people, which is always fun. I have noticed though, we did get a launch pad upon landing here, which is nice, because obviously we can use that towards that quest. So let's get ourselves a little bit of loot, and then we will go and use that launch pad. So here we are using the launch pad, guys, and I just want to show you, like, if you just put it on like a fairly flat ground and don't build up high to do it, from 2 uses I've gotten probably around about 250 to 300 meters distance. There you go, 300 meters. So if you just put it like a lower area and just fly around in a circle, you can do it in like 6 times. Like, it's definitely achievable in one game. And obviously if you put it up on a mountain, you'll be able to fly higher, but the problem with putting it on a mountain is you might not be able to come back to it. So that's why I've just put it here for now, because if I can just go in circles repeatedly, I can get it all completed with a single launch pad. I don't have to keep finding them and putting them down to complete that quest. It just makes your life a little bit easier if you can just go around in circles and get it done that way. So let's finish off this quest and then move on. So really quickly, folks, the only problem with this part of this quest is for you to tag the biome, you could reach the prison. But the prison isn't a named location. The quest specifies it has to be a named location in each biome. So in order to complete this quest, at some point you will have to go into Moisty Mire and actually tick off Moisty Mire. If you do not go into Moisty Mire, it won't count. So you got to make your way in there. So let's see if we can get ourselves a win to end the video off. I doubt it highly, but you know, we can always try, can't we? Just to get you one last look, guys. Tilted Towers from above. Obviously, a little bit later in the game, so things have been destroyed. Like the clock tower doesn't exist right now, but yeah, welcome back, Tilted Towers. I'm sure you all feel quite nostalgic. So folks, after 3 games, we've completed 5 out of the 10 greatest hits quests. 2 of them we've not made any progress on, so the Tilted Towers one might take me a little while. I've not actually found any mini shields yet though. I'm convinced that they don't exist. The assault rifle damage will just be done over time. The ziplines in different matches and Tamp the Bush Driver again will just take a few more matches, but all in all, your Season 2 greatest hits are quite easy to do. The OG Season 2 pass only requires 1 level per reward, so overall will require, I believe it is a total of 45 levels to complete the pass. So if you did what I did for the crew pass and I'm only getting 1 month, you might not have long to get those 45 levels for your crew pass before it wears off, but obviously you can just buy it. So with all that in mind guys, that was your first look at OG Season 2. I hope you enjoyed the video, found it informative, enjoyable and fun to watch as always, and I'll see you all in the next one.